Folks, welcome back to another video. My name is Professor Vincent. Today we're going to be talking about Prismatic Evolutions, why I believe it is the best set to be in, why I believe it's going to be the best set to hold long term, and we're really going to go into the numbers and why I'm seeing so much gain in Prismatic Evolutions. So we're going to be talking about that, and of course we're going to talk about the weekly numbers of every set from Scarlet and Violet as well. So let's get into it. So, April 23rd, 2026, this is where we are at. These are all the numbers. Not too much has changed since last week, but we are here to talk about Prismatic Evolutions. I always like to just give you guys a look. Before we get into that, Ascended Heroes is making some moves. Total value is just continuously going up, and really going to see how that goes. Not doing anything too crazy right now, since the bundles are going to be released tomorrow for Ascended Heroes, so really gonna see how that affects the ETBs, the packs, and everything like that. But Prismatic Evolutions. Why I believe this is going to be the most insane set is because of the total value. The total value is higher, the highest total value set in all of Scarlet and Violet. If it does anything like 151 here and goes to 600 over $600 a box, we're going to be doing great things. We're going to be loving life. We're going to be wanting to go to the beach and chill out on our investments, right? But 151, it has a total value of 2,300 and the ETBs are at 600 after their 2-year mark. And I believe Prismatic Evolutions is going to do better than that because the total value is more, right? So we're going to see how this grows over the next year and see if this ETB is going to get over 600, which I do believe it is. I think it's going to outperform 151 in the long term. It has the first specialty set with Pokeballs, God packs, demigod packs, and it has all the evolutions in it. As we've seen from Evolving Skies in the past, that is what people like. People like to have the evolutions. People will always enjoy those cards, and so they'll always be sought after, which is shown by the total value of the set. And so right now, we've got the PC ETBs at 550.46. I think those will get to around probably 1,500 in the next year when it goes out of print. It was made in January of last year, so it's been a year and about 3 months. Or a year and about 3 months for Prismatic Evolutions, and we're already seeing insane gains. It was hovering around 100 for a little bit for the regular ETBs. Now we're sitting at $163.76. Very nice. The bundles at $79.28 and the packs at $12.82. So the Pokemon Center Company continues to print Prismatic Evolutions, which, as you can see, it doesn't affect it too much or really at all. I think it's going to continue to rise as it is a set that everyone enjoys, very liquid set, and that's why I'm pretty much going all in right now. I am currently selling all of pretty much everything else that I have except for Destined Rivals, Prismatic Evolutions, and Ascended Heroes, and Black Bolt White Flare. So those are the only sets that I'm getting into right now. I'm literally selling everything else and trading for just Prismatic and those four, right? And that's my strategy right now. That is what I'm investing in. That's what I'm doing. I believe it's going to be more liquid later on when I try and sell. And why would I not want to be in just the best sets? Because I do the numbers on what I think is going to perform the best. So why should I diversify is my thought on that. And so I'm not diversifying. I'm going all in on Prismatic Evolutions, Destined Rivals, Black Bolt White Flare, and Ascended Heroes. And that's it. Selling everything. Selling literally everything else. I have ETBs and booster boxes of pretty much every set since Twilight Masquerade. So, selling on Facebook Marketplace and online. And I went to a card shows to sell a lot of my cards, or just like random miscellaneous cards that I have. Was able to do that. So that's working out well for me. Let's get into the ETB. Why I believe it right now is the best time to get in is because we are starting that level out. We are at the level out part of Ascended Heroes. We had that big jump. We had that big jump in, was it March, to over $200 in ETB, which is insane, right? And I think here shortly we are going to get back to that point, as 151 kind of did the same. It got to like 170 went over and just continued to grow over time. So that is where I believe it's just going to perform similar to 151. I just think it's going to do better since the total value is so much higher. And we're eventually going to get into the cards inside because of the gem rates. But perfect time to buy Prismatic Evolutions ETBs right now because I think it's at such a low price for what's inside, and they're really not able to make as many. That I really haven't been seeing them. I mean, they're stuck on Mega Evolution sets right now. You know, Ascended Heroes just came out. People are just absolutely going crazy over it. And so, Prismatic Evolutions is slowly starting to get forgotten about as these new sets start coming out. There's new hype over new cards, and, life continues. So, seeing this is the perfect opportunity to buy because it's $50 off of its high of 211. So, we want to buy right now. And so that is what we're doing. There's sales every single day. It's, slowly starting. We're starting to get up there. We're starting to get back. But I think it's going to level out here for maybe the next month. And then after this next month, right when we hit summer, I think it'll go probably around the 200 range and just wait. So wanted to get into the cards now, but I wanted to show the Umbreon from Evolving Skies. I think this is important because of the total pop rate right here, right? So PSA population, there's 20,485 that are in PSA 10 slabs, and there's only 29,214 total cards sent. So the gem rate on these things is like 70%. 70% of the cards of the Umbreon VMAXs that you get sent in have a chance at a 10, right? And the price reflects it, right? This is the top card. Everyone wants it. It's worth $5,000, right? And it has a super high gem rate, which is fine. But now let's go to the Umbreon. The Umbreon in Prismatic Evolution. So here's my point. We are getting to a point where great ability is playing a factor in the cards. And when the gem rates of a highly wanted set is when the pop rates are low, that increases the cards substantially, right? So the Prismatic Umbreon EX has 5,116 pop PSA 10s, and there's been 16,973 cards sent to get graded, and that is like 30%, right? There's a little less than 30% of the cards that get sent in are 10s, right? So a lot harder to grade this card rather than the older Umbreon VMAX PSA 10, which is reflected on the price, right? $6,500 to buy it now on a set that's still in print. Like, never been heard of before. I've never heard of anything. So this is just why the bull market is just going absolutely insane, because this card is still getting printed. We are still making this card, and it costs $6,500 to achieve and have this card in your collection if you want it in a 10, just because it's hard to grade. And that is reflected on everything. So the Jolteon from Prismatic, 2,530 of them in a 10 out of 8,800. Again, below a 30%. The Espeon from Prismatic, 2,709 out of 9,634. Below 30%, right? 2,966 tens in the Glaceon out of 9,048. A little bit closer to 30, a little bit above 30%. Still insane. Flareon, 2,726 PSA 10s out of 8,692. The Vaporeon, 2,182 10s out of 8,644. Sylveon's EX from Prismatic, 3,066 out of 10,661. And the last Evolution, Leafeon, 3,480 PSA 10s out of 10,139. So, with that, the gem rates of Prismatic are extremely hard. Well, not extremely. They're like 30%. So probably harder, one of the harder sets to grade, right? And keep in mind, this set is also a specialty set. Evolving Skies had booster boxes, right? So you could potentially pull a lot more Umbreons out of the sets compared to what we have now. So they're harder to pull. Harder to pull a better card out of Prismatic. We have harder gem rates. But you can have a God pack. You can have a demigod pack. It's a specialty set, so the pack prices are going to go higher. And this is why you want to hold Prismatic. Prismatic is just going to be one of the best sets ever released due to all those factors. And I go off of the total values and specialty sets. And since this is a top set, this is what we're wanting to buy. The sealed product for Prismatic is just going to outperform anything else, especially due to these hard grade rates, hard to pull rates, and you just have to deal with it, right? It's the market. It's how it is, right? And so buying as much as I can right now, and that's a strategy. And I recommend you guys doing it the same as well. We want to keep our investments liquid, and this is a set that I believe will always stay liquid. You'll always be able to sell at any point. So get into it. If you can't get out of it, get into it. And I'm about to come out for my company. I'm about to have a storage for Pokemon cards. So you guys will be able to see that. I'll be showing it here hopefully soon. I'm getting all the quoting and everything done, but I will have storage that you'll be able to put all of your ETBs and booster boxes into boxes to hold for the long term. So we're going to be practicing what we preach, making some deals right now for Prismatic. Hopefully I can get as many as I can. As many as I can. That's the play. That is the play, and that's what we're doing. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like and comment, and please subscribe if you already haven't.